the Cleveland Browns are welcoming in their newly signed quarterback, Robert Griffin III, formerly, of course, of the Washington Redskins.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Reese's Roundup. I am your host, the Lightning Kid himself. And today, we are going to be talking about the team that I never thought I would ever bring up in my entire life. The Cleveland Browns. I couldn't even finish that sentence. Guys, RG3 has gone to the Cleveland Browns. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yep, that's exactly it. You're not thinking, because nobody would even consider RG3, injury-prone RG3, going to the quarterback-killing Cleveland Browns, especially from the Washington Redskins, a team where he died there too. He's going to get absolutely massacred when he goes to the Cleveland Browns. That is a team that has had numerous quarterbacks in X amount of years, and they have not done anything. The last time the Cleveland Browns were ever relevant was when Jim Brown was their running back and won them an NFL championship. An NFL championship. Not even the Super Bowl, but an NFL championship. That's how most relevant. I can't even say it right. The only good thing that they ever had going for themselves was when they won an NFL championship with the best running back of all time. And that was back in the 30s? 40s? That was a very long time ago, fellas and ladies and children and whoever's watching this. So, RG3 is now going to the Cleveland Browns from the Washington Redskins. Now, let me just say this. The Washington Redskins are a terrible team when it comes to protecting their quarterback. Robert Griffin III was not protected well enough. He was sacked well over 30 times in each of the seasons that he did play a game before he got hurt. That's a pretty bad stat, because you don't want your quarterback to get sacked over 30 times in 16 games. So, with that being said, he's going to go to a team now where the Cleveland Browns, well, he's a runner, let's put it that way, but even still, RG3 gets hurt while he's running, so he has to be protected to a point where he needs to just throw the ball, because if he scrambles, it's a wrap for him. Get Josh McCown into the game. So, I mean, the guy isn't bad. Let's not forget that he won Rookie of the Year back in 2012 for the Washington Redskins, and on top of that, he did bring them to the playoffs in his first year with a 9-7 record. He also threw for 65%. He threw over 3,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions, and had a fantastic quarterback rating of 102.2. Now, for the people that don't know, a quarterback rating is what really defines a quarterback. Touchdowns, interceptions, completion percentage, that all goes into what a quarterback rating is. And the fact that RG3 got a 102.2 in 2012 was an amazing accomplishment. He also rushed for almost 1,000 yards. It says that he went for 815 and had 7 rushing touchdowns. Now, that's a very, very, very good stat for somebody that's very injury prone. But he did play the full season in 2012, so I gotta give him props for that. But 2013 comes along, and this guy absolutely sucked. He only won 3 games for the team out of the 13 games that he played. His completion percentage went down. It was at a 60%. He threw for more passing yards. Had 16 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, and the guy was sacked 38 times that season. His quarterback rating dropped drastically, 82.2, and he only had 480-something rushing yards with no touchdowns. So his stats went completely down in 2013, and in 2014 the guy was pretty much non-existent. He played 9 games, had 2 wins, Yeah, his completion percentage was high at 68%, but I mean, he only played 2 games out of the 9 total that he started. No, he started in 2 games, played 9 total. He only had 1,000 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And let's not forget that he didn't even play last season. The guy was benched when he was healthy. So that was a sign that he was going to be traded or released or whatever. So the guy isn't the guy. If the Cleveland Browns can get the 2012 RG3, then they will have a great run in the in next season, going into next season, because the guy couldn't be stopped back in 2012. I mean, sure, they went 9-7, but that was when the Giants went to the Super Bowl, and the Eagles were a good team then too. And you know, it was kind of hard to stop that division. Now the division is crap, but you know, the Cleveland Browns are going to have a tough time trying to beat out the Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. I know the Ravens are in it too, but the Ravens aren't relevant at this point right now. Neither are the Browns, but you know, they showed some promise last season. I think they won, what, 6 games? Did they win 6 games last season? So I mean, if RG3 can come in now and ball out like he did in 2012, the guy can take them to at least 8-9 wins and possibly a wild card appearance, and we'll see what he can do there. He didn't win a game in the playoffs. I think it was against the Saints. Did they play the Saints? Whoever they played, he didn't win. But you know, he has playoff experience now, so it's not like the guy is fresh. But the fact that he's been hurt so many times because he hasn't been protected, that's gonna really play a key part into what the Browns need to do when it comes to wanting to keep this guy long term, because they're gonna need to draft or pick up some offensive linemen, get a great running back that can complement him. And you know, if Josh Gordon can stop smoking weed for at least one day, you know, RG3 will have one of the best wide receivers in the league. Let's not forget that when Josh Gordon was suspended the first time for 4 games, he came back and led the league in receiving yards. He missed 4 games and led the league in receiving yards. That's a crazy accomplishment. So if they can get Josh Gordon back from smoking weed, and the fact that they're keeping Josh Gordon is ridiculous. So if they can keep him with RG3, and they have some other wide receiver that should be okay, along with a good running back, they got somewhat good defense. I don't know. They look like a playoff team to me. I don't know if they'll win anything in the playoffs or even make it far, but I feel like they can make some noise. You know, it'll take a couple of seasons for them to actually start clicking, but I do feel like that they can scare some teams. So with that being said, that's going to do it for today's Reese's Roundup. Did you think RG3 was going to get a chance to play for another team, or did you think that you wanted him on your team? I honestly thought RG3 was going to go to the Cowboys, but I don't know. Did Johnny Manziel go to the Cowboys, or is he still a free agent? I don't know. Nobody cares about Johnny Manziel at this point. The guy messed his life up. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. Let me know what you guys want to see next week. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys next time. Maybe I'll talk about the college championship, because they're at the Final Four now. So by the time next week's episode comes out, they should have already played the national championship. And in my opinion, we'll get back into that next week. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.